Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're throwing it back. My first activewear review ever was actually an Amazon video, and today we're doing some popular legging dupes on Amazon. We have Gymshark dupes, we have Do You Even dupes, we have Balance Athletica dupes. All those expensive brands, we got some dupes you can find on Amazon for around $20. If you're into affordable activewear reviews, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Today we have some Gymshark Ultra Seamless dupes, some Vital Seamless Shorts dupes, that's a lot to say, some Do You Even Trinity Seamless dupes, and some Balance Athletica Kingdom dupes. So let's get into the video. So first we have the Ultra Seamless. These are from aoxjox on Amazon. I have loved this brand on Amazon for dupes for a long time. They've made great Vital Seamless dupes, great camo dupes. Just check them out on Amazon. I'll have a link below, but they have a ton of dupes and basically all of them are exact dupes for Gymshark or other brands. These were $17.99, which is super cheap for Amazon, and they're also a size small. These launched last summer for Gymshark and they were definitely a little bit on the see-through side because they are such a light color. So we're just gonna put that aside for the review because if you're okay with that, these are $17. So at least you're not spending the $55 on Gymshark and then finding out that they are sheer. The Ultra Seamless have a thick ribbed waistband. Here they are. It is super thick and ribbed, and I can definitely tell holding these up to the light that I can see the tag through the leggings. So they do have a ribbed detail that goes down the leg, as well as this kind of like double little white line detail. I was pretty sure the Gymshark ones had a booty contour. Maybe I'm totally wrong with this. I definitely thought they had a booty contour. I'll put up a picture of the Ultra Seamless, but these look pretty similar on the front and back. Honestly, they basically look the exact same in the front and back. I can really not even tell which side it is, but the fact that they have the tag on this side, I'm gonna assume it's the back. So I guess the double lines go on the front and the single white lines go on the back. These are definitely a thicker knit material, but they don't feel as heavyweight as some other Gymshark leggings. Like, they're definitely more lightweight than the camo, so I still think you can get away with them in the summer, but if you really don't want hot leggings, these might be a little warm. If you're still into the neon trend, summer is coming around and these are pretty cute, so let's try them on. So these are actually like barely stand proof, so let's just put that aside for a minute and actually talk about them. So here they are. They have about a medium compression waistband, and it does go pretty high. It does go pretty high above my belly button actually, but the waistband is nice and thick and ribbed. And something I did always like about the Ultra Seamless is it's lined with like a really fuzzy interior, so it's super soft on the inside, but it still maintains that performance fabric on the outside. Hello Peach, we missed her in my last video. Yeah. Again, I kind of forget if they had the booty contour or the real ones or not, but I feel like it's a slight unibutt look. I'd give them a solid medium on the booty scale. I don't think it's anything crazy. I don't think it's squishing my butt down or anything, but I don't think it's doing a whole lot to really flatter. They're a solid medium compression, maybe medium to light. I don't feel like they're super tight. They're pretty stretchy. We got a little bit of tightness in the knees, and I feel a little bit in the seams here when I squat. There's no camel and not really a lot of gathering either. These are probably pretty cellulite friendly because you do have this ribbed material that goes over most of your thighs, and it's just a pretty thick material. It doesn't feel super warm, but it's definitely pretty thick, so just keep that in mind. And these are about a 7/8 length on me. That's what most of Gymshark is for me usually. This is my size small. I think it fits perfectly. The waist could be a teeny bit tighter. I just prefer a high compression in the waistband, but it's not like a problem per se. But yeah, these definitely are pretty spot on dupes of the actual Gymshark Ultra Seamless. So if you never wanted to pay the $55 of those, they have these, and they also have the other colors. Just because the orange is not the most opaque, definitely wouldn't wear these for a leg day for that reason, and even I would be careful just bending over in general if you're in public. Just my personal take on this level of squat proofness. Next, we have the Kamla Fitness Balance Athletica dupes. The reason why I'm calling them Balance Athletica dupes is Balance, if you're familiar with them, they have those signature curved booty seams that kind of like taper into a V. Some people think it kind of looks like a thong, to each their own, but it is flattering on the booty, it really accentuates those glutes. And these have those same booty seams, so these are super flattering on the booty. I have them in the praline color. They also have this darker leopard color, so you have two options. Also similar to Balance Athletica, they have a tapered seamless waistband, and they are a 7/8 length. They also have an extended gusset crotch, and I'll explain more in the try on. I find these to be a little too compressive and stiff for me, but they're actually coming out with a new fabric that's a little bit stretchier, as well as solid colors. So stay tuned for the solid colors. I'll be posting on my Instagram story as soon as those launch, so make sure to follow my Instagram so you are up to date on all of the new affordable finds. Anyways, let's try them on. All right, so here are the Balance Athletica dupes. They're definitely not exact dupes of the Balance Athletica. The animal print patterns are a little different, and these only come in these animal prints right now, not any of the other animal prints that the Balance Kingdom collection came out in. These are definitely going to be the closest things you find to the Balance Athletica Kingdom collection, and they're not going to bring it back, so if you missed it, these aren't a bad option. The fabrics definitely feel different than the Balance Athletica ones. These are more of a slick, compressive performance fabric, while the Balance ones were very stretchy, and to be honest, they pilled pretty quickly. I only wore mine like 4 times and I had a lot of pilling. These don't have that same brushed fabric, and they definitely feel more performance. They're not collecting any lint, so I think these would be better in terms of like holding up against pilling. The waistband is really flattering. It tapers, but it doesn't cut in. It doesn't have that little seam at the top. I'm not having an issue with camel, and they do have that extended gusset crotch. The booty seams are super flattering. I think I'd give these a medium to high on the booty scale. Medium to high instead of a high because this fabric is just a little bit compressive and it squishes my booty down just a little bit. But let me know in the comments below if you want me to review their updated ones that they're coming out with. They have a little more elastic to the fabric, so they should be a little stretchier, and they're also coming out with solid colors. So excited. These ones also have no logo, which I always like. I'm not a huge fan of logos. They're solid medium compression. I bet that they're cellulite friendly as well. 1, because of the pattern, and 2, they're pretty thick and compressive. Like I said, they could use a little more stretch. They become a little bit tight at my knees when I bend like this, and they are kind of in between a 7/8 to full length. So they're not full length on me. But yeah, I've worn this in workouts. I've worn them on walks. They actually stay up really well. Maybe it's because of that extra compression. But yeah, these are kind of new to Amazon, but I'm definitely a big fan. And I like that they have this kind of more subtle leopard print as well. So yeah, these are the only affordable leggings I've ever seen that have this little V booty taper other than the Balance ones. So definitely flattering in the glutes. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I think a lot of people like it. Next, we have another dupe from aoxjox. These are the high-waisted Vital Seamless shorts. I don't think they have all of the new colors of the Vital shorts that Gymshark recently launched, but they do have a few basic colors. I got the grays. I got them in a size small. Usually I'm a small in leggings. Sometimes I size up to a medium in shorts, but I found that the Vital Seamless dupes on Amazon and AliExpress all tended to run a little bit big, so I'm hoping that the small is okay. They're just a 2-inch inseam, which is a little shorter than I usually like to go. I usually like to go for a nice 4-inch. But yeah, they have a ribbed seamless double thickness waistband, and they have the little Vital dot details. They still do have the classic Vital Seamless kind of dot detailed booty contour, and they have that little raised seam that goes in between the booty to kind of accentuate and make it less unibutt. Okay, I was a little hesitant to try these, but I'm actually quite a fan. The small fits perfectly, so I would say go with your normal legging size. Like I said, sometimes I size up in shorts, but I think that these are perfect. The waistband is nice and compressive, and it's not gaping. Sometimes the Vital Seamless waistbands can be a little big, which is why I often go with my size down, but because these shorts are fitting true to size, it is right against my waist. Fairly high waist again, it does go above the belly button. The dot detail is super cute, and it even has the little booty contour. These are pretty short, but honestly, they aren't squishing my thighs too much. They're actually staying in place pretty well. They might ride up a little bit. Let's do a little walk around. They actually have a good amount of compression in the legs, so they're actually staying where they're meant to and not getting eaten up by my thighs, which tends to happen. They are a little bit tight with the seam at the bottom. I am getting a little double thigh squish situation, but it's actually not too bad. I wouldn't say it's much worse than other shorts I have. They're actually pretty flattering on the booty considering this little contour. I'd give them maybe a medium to high. I think the length looks pretty good. Like, I don't think it looks awkwardly long, and they're also not booty shorts. I'm definitely completely covered in the back. And yeah, I'm trying to move around and make them, like, you know, come up my legs, but they're actually, okay, wait, this one rolled up a little bit. So we did have a little bit of rollage. So it's not completely ride up proof, but I actually think that they're pretty good. Hopefully they come out with all the colors soon, but I will link these down below. But yeah, they're pretty basic, cute short. And lastly, we have the Moyooga Do You Even Trinity Seamless dupes. I've actually never tried the Do You Even Trinity Seamless. Kind of stopped buying from Do You Even a while ago. I was never obsessed with their stuff. These are $28.99, so a little more expensive than some of the other ones. I got a size small, which is my normal size, and it looks like it should be fine. Since I've never tried the actual Do You Even ones, I did my best to compare online, and it looked like it had a thick ribbed waistband, which this one has, and that the top gray is a marl. So these look very similar to what I'm seeing online. Here is the thick ribbed waistband, and then it goes into just a classic marl fabric. Regular gusset crotch. They do have a little ribbed booty contour underneath the booty, so it's very subtle, just kind of like tightens up right under the glutes a little bit. And then you have a lighter gray and a blue. I love the colors of these. I'm not super into color blocking just because I feel like it can kind of like cut off the line of your leg and not like really like elongate them, you know, because it kind of looks like you're wearing shorts, but they're still pretty cute. So let's try them. All right, so I have some mixed thoughts of these. I love how they feel on, like they're super stretchy. They're very lightweight. So these would be a better option for summer than the ultra seamless, just because they're so lightweight and I don't feel like they're making me super hot. That being said, you probably won't have the most cellulite coverage, but that's okay. I like the waistband and I like that it's this ribbed material and that it seamlessly flows to the leggings. In these, I don't know about the real Do You Evens. They're just like a little bit big in the waistband. So I just wish they were a little bit more snug. But that being said, I don't think I would size down because I just feel like they might be a little too small if I did that. And mixed feelings on the color block trend, but I do like the colors together. I think they chose a nice combination. I like the little subtle booty contour because it's not like totally in your face like some Gymshark booty contours can be like, hello, bam. Like their old Impact Seamless used to be like a literal outline around your butt. Like I appreciate that this is just like a subtle little scrunch thing. They're pretty flattering on the booty, especially because they're so thin. You can probably like pull them up a little bit. So I would say maybe a medium to high on the booty scale. Because they're so thin like this and there's a teeny bit of extra fabric, I feel like I'm just getting a tiny bit of gathering around here, which isn't my favorite look. So if you really don't like any gathering, it's not like super bad, but it is a little bit noticeable when your legs are together. These are actually more of a full length on me. They go all the way down my leg. These do also have that little raised seam detail that goes in between to give you less of a unibutt look. The fabric is that classic knit, stretchy, seamless material that is usually pretty good for high performance workouts. Shouldn't have any pilling, not really a lot of lint, so that's pretty good too. So yeah, if you're in between on these, I would definitely go size down, if not true to size, but there's just a teeny bit of extra fabric, but it's nothing crazy. And yeah, they're actually really comfortable. So that is it for the video, guys. If you enjoy Amazon legging videos, if you enjoy dupe videos, if you enjoy affordable legging videos, give this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe for more. And leave me a comment down below what I should be reviewing next. I have a lot of exciting reviews coming up, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!